What exactly do you intend to do, Mrs. T?
Get old Robin to talk sense. What you got there?
More from the archives. Fascinating.
Oh, I don't want no more toothpicks.
How about a fleet of trawlers in Zanzibar?
No, I wouldn't like that, Mr. Hunter. Put 'em away. We got old Robin to see, and that's enough to think about.
Oh, well, don't worry, Mrs. T. I'll be with you.
Yes, you're my butler, remember. I've got to do this all on my own. Oh! Thanks, it's turning. I think we're there. Good morning, Mr. Robin.
This is an unexpected arrival.
I brought you a bottle of Dr. Watson's licorice and honey essence like I promised.
Thank you very much indeed. That was thoughtful of you.
And you promised me a ride in your train. It's smaller than I expected. Is it safe?
Of course it is. Would you care to let me show you?
Oh, yes.
Will you drive, please?
Me?
It's quite simple. I'd like to be free to show you points of interest on the journey. Excuse me. Come along, my man. You sit there. That's the regulator, and that's the brake. And don't burn your fingers. You're not trying to get round me on behalf of that May Carpenter woman?
May? Oh, she's looking after herself, I think.
You're a very astute businesswoman, Mrs. Thursday. You're up to something, aren't you? Go on. All right, Mrs. Thursday, let's talk business.
Yes, that's all right with me.
I repeat my offer. $1.25 million for all your shops.
Oh, no, I didn't come here to talk about that. I want to buy yours.
Mine?
Yes. You don't really want them, do you? I buy the lot.
But that's out of the question.
Oh, no.
What did you say?
I'll give you fair price.
I've no intention, Mrs. Thursday, of selling my shops.
Oh, well. I think Bates is a bit worried.
Are you all right there?
Oh, yes, great fun. I enjoyed that.
I think your butler ought to call people sir, don't you? He's a little familiar, don't you think?
No, I don't think so.
Excuse me. Robin here.
You getting anywhere?
I don't know. Talk of trains and he becomes almost human. Talk of business and, well, he's like a frozen fish.
I've just had a telephone call.
Oh, I was just saying, Mr.
You
Robbie.
need say no more, madam. I'd be glad if you'd leave my station immediately.
But I was making you an offer.
I've just heard what you've been up to. 5 of my shops on strike, and all because of you.
5? But I only brought out 1.
Oh, you admit it, do you? Well, let me tell you something. I'll have you up in court as a busybody.
I'm afraid you'll find there's no such law.
Speak when you're spoken to. And to think I let you drive my train.
Oh, well. Come on, Mr. Smith. No good standing here.
Certainly, madam. Your hat, sir. I see. Well, we'll be there soon. We left the motorway 2 minutes ago. Jean wants to know what we're up to.
Pleased to welcome.
The shareholders are getting anxious about the meeting.
First annual general meeting.
Well, what about the other business? Oh, I see. Thank you.
As your chairman. And what are you looking so glum about? You haven't got to make a speech.
Well, I asked Jean to keep us informed about the strike. Apparently 17 of Robin's shops are now out. You've certainly started something, Mrs. T.
Dear, it isn't as if I could find jobs for all of them.
What?
Still, somebody's got to look after them. If only old Robin would have sold out to me, I could have paid them all proper wages.
I still think he might. Just take a look at this, Mrs. T. Oh!
No, our dear Mrs. Thursday has been detained elsewhere. So have I your permission to assume the duties of chairman and convene this meeting? We have a quorum. Any objection?
Sir Charles, you have notice of a motion of censure which concerns our chairman. I trust this will not be discussed in the good lady's absence?
No, of course not. The meeting will be adjourned if she doesn't arrive in time. I shall proceed. Agreed?
Yes, go on.
Yes. Secretary, Mr. Fitzgibbon will read the notice of the meeting.
Notice is hereby given that the 45th Annual General Meeting of the Dunrich Group of Companies Limited will be held at Dunrich House 8 Norton Square, London South-West 1, on Friday the 17th of September 1966 at 4 p.m. for the following purposes. To receive the accounts of the company for the year ended 31st of December 1965 and the reports of the directors and auditors thereon. To declare a dividend. To elect directors. And to transact any other ordinary business of the company by order of the board, N.H. Altrincham, Secretary.
Auditor's report.
I hereby affirm that this report is a true and fair statement of the affairs of this group, its companies, and its subsidiaries.
Well, 16% has been declared for this year, which I'm sure meets with your approval. However, before I put this to the vote, there are 1 or 2 words I would like to say.
May I ask why there are 1 or 2 words Sir Charles would like to say?
All in favour?